Okay. So let's close all this. And our project name is Java Training August, this one. And this is our class. Open the class. See, package, when you have a class under a package, see, this is turned into brown. So others are in white only, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first one is statement. It's just a print statement. You print it. So print the message. If you want to print any message, so we need to use system class dot out dot print ln. System dot out dot print ln you have to use. So see, this is the class. That's why first letter is in capital letter. So dot, I'll tell you what is a dot. Out. So print ln. So print ln just prints and it goes to new line. So whatever you want, you can write. So welcome to Java world. Okay, simple statement I have written. Next, so I want to write more statements. See, everything, whatever you write under main method, only those statements will start executing. So second statement. So how to get a shortcut for the system.out.println? So just type syso, okay, then control space bar, press enter key. So you don't need to write an individual. That's advantage, shortcut. What is the shortcut? Let me write one more time. syso, type syso, okay, type syso, control space bar, control space bar, at a time you press it. Then press enter key. Then you can type whatever you want. Suppose I want put a 1. So then you can put 2. So it are 2, 3, whatever you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all this you can print if you want. So I want in the same line. I don't want in the next line. So then you need to use print. So then I want 9. So number. So this, if you keep in the double quotes, which means it is a string representation. It is a string representation. String representation. If you don't keep anything, this is a pure number. These are numbers, but in the string format. So another one. So I'm removing ln. Please understand that. So if you want to write a character, so in single quotes, you have to write character. Only one letter you have to write, either alphabet or number or anything. So that's the how to write a characters. If you want to print a character, so write the print statement. In the print statement inside, In single quotes, you put a small a or capital A or any dollar symbol, whatever you want. So it doesn't matter. So now I'm putting a dollar sign. So this is also you can do that. And I'm doing some space, I'm giving. Even I can write a, so see here I have written println, not print. See, I have used print for 3 lines. So understand here carefully, println and print what is going to do. Println prints whatever is there in the this round brackets inside, this round bracket inside, and cursor will move automatically to the next line. Here it will come. Then this println will print this value and cursor will go to next line here. Again, this also println, it will prints all these values and cursor will go to here. But here just prints, cursor will stay here only. It won't go to next line. That is the main difference between println and print. Println will print the value, then cursor will move to next line. Print method will print the value, cursor will stay next immediate to that number or that letter or that statement. So that's the difference between println and both will print. The way they will print is different. The cursor position will change based on your method, which method you are using, println method or print method. So I'm using 3.5 capital F. Capital F represents the floating value. So strings we covered, numbers we covered, Boolean values. So I have printed all the different data types. Almost done. Everything is done. So this is a long integer. That's it. So these are some of the print statement I have written and how to run this. So many ways you can do this, running the program. Right click, run as Java application. So you can run it. Or, so run it. This is another way. Run as Java application you can use basically. Let me see that. Why Java application? You got the Java application. You should select your class, okay? You should select your class. Or you right click on your right side, run as Java application. Or you right click under package your file name. This is called Java file. So Java file extension, you can see here .java. This is what I was expecting on so yesterday's class, right? Previous class. When I was explaining features, so I told you your human readable file, Java file. So class name .java. So this is the class name .java. That's a file name. But what is your class? Class keyword after. So whatever is present, that's a class name. Class keyword after whatever is present, that's a class name. So observe the output. First statement, see this statement executed, it printed, the cursor went to next line. So one printed, cursor went to next line. So this is printed, cursor went to next line. And again cursor went to next line. See 9 after, A is printing in 9 after only. Why? Because we used a print method for 9. So when 9 printing after, cursor will stay there only. 9 after only. That's why the next statement is printing and 9th place. Again, the cursor is A after. So A after again used print method only. Again, this dollar will print in the same here also. Then dollar after dollar also you will look here only. But next what I did, I just put a empty println. This will bring the cursor to wherever it is available here, right? That will bring the cursor to next line. After next line over, then I called again 3.5 with the println. So 3.5 printed and went to next line. So true printed, cursor went to next line. 100 printed, cursor went to next line. End of my program is printed, cursor went to next line. That's the execution is over. So this is the difference between print and println. Okay, first print 9, cursor will stay there. Again, next statement print will go and print in the there only, in the 9 after only. So that means where cursor will not move to next line. So that's the difference, you need to catch it. Are you all clear on this?
Yes, Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's how to create a simple Java class. So we have a lot of exercises in our blog, okay, in our blog. So just go there and play around with all the print statements. So we have a Java program keywords, right? So Java program exercises, no, Java program keywords. So program keywords. Here you can find out all the, in the bottom side, I have given some exercises. So you can just practice here. See, these are all print statements I have given. So you can create your own class and practice it. Okay. Now let me explain what is mean by system.out.println and explain this entire print statement. So system, each word I am explaining here. Understand each word in that. So system.out.println, each word I am explaining. So system is a built-in class in Java. That means already Java created that class. So which package they created? Java.lang package. So that's the system class which has a lot of static methods in that. Then what is a dot? Dot is an operator which is used to access the field or method of any class. So why you will use a dot operator? What is the purpose of dot operator? To access particular class, the field or method of that class. Not only system, any class I'm saying, that's a generic rule. Any class, field or method if you want to access, so you need to use between class and that field dot operator. That's a dot operator purpose. That's why, so I'm giving each word, syntaxes and information, what is meant by that. So if you know this, and coding is easy. If you don't know them, it's a difficult. Now you can easily tell, so out, out is this system class variable. That's why we are using the between out and system between dot we use it. That means you are accessing out variable from the system class. System.out means it outputs the data. So it's a static final variable in the system class. It's a variable. It's a variable created in the system class, static final variable. That data type is a print stream class data type. So system.out means it outputs any value. So there is another variables in variable, ERR variables also available. There are 3 variables in the system class. One is out variable, in variable, ERR variables. So system.out outputs the data. System.in takes the data from keyboard. System.err, you want to throw an error. You want to give an error. So just say simply, I'm giving here. Okay. So let's see this. So ERR dot println. So you write the message. My error demo. See now what will happen? So we used out, right? But I used ERR also. Then what will happen is see that. It will show in red color. See? So that statement will in red color. Why? Because you used ERR. That means error, streaming out error, printing out error. That's why it is in red color. Okay. So anything you want to print in error format, this ERR method variable you need to call. System.exit, see the method. Till now I have shown you variables, right? And there are methods also in the system class. Exit will exit the entire program. So that's the system class and system class variables and methods. Keep this in mind. Println doesn't start printing text from new line. It prints text on the current line but makes it so the next text will be printed in the new line. So first text will print in the current line. Then cursor will go to next line. So many people confuse there. I don't know why. Print ln, print first. Then cursor will go to new line. ln means new line. Without printing, why people are jumping? I don't know. Here, they will jump here. Oh, text will print in the next line. No, that's a wrong concept. So in the current line only, it will print first. After printing, cursor will go to next line. So the many people are mistakenly, understanding this point. So that's very, very clear. The order, follow the order of word. Okay. Then you won't make any mistakes. Next, print method. Print. First, print it. The cursor will stay there only. In the same line only, cursor will stay. It won't go to next line. That's the difference between println and print. So are you all clear about this system.out.println? Any questions here?
I'm good, Ramesh.
Ramesh.
So everybody, I'm expecting this. You need to explain what is system, what is dot, what is out, what is system.out, what is the difference between println and print. So tomorrow, I'm going to expect this from everyone. I'll first, starting of the class, I will ask this. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Let's move on to the next. So in this, are you all able to recognize what is a class? How can you recognize the class? And why do you need main method? And so what is this, all this public? And what is mean by this? So what is class keyword? So where is the class? How can you recognize the class? What is the Java class file syntax? Java class file syntax. Okay. So how many of you clear on that?
I'm also okay, Ramesh.
Okay, so what about others?
Yes, Ramesh.
Okay. Okay, so this is the class. How to recognize your class name is your class keyword after the class name will be there. That's the first point. If anybody doesn't know, just make a note. Then what is a class? So let me give you the class definition also. So class is a template or blueprint. Okay. Class is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. So why do you need a class? Class is used to create an object, right? Basically, it's just a template, just a template. So it's just a template. It's just a template. So you have a template. Template inside, you have attributes and methods. So you have attributes and methods. So those are the, right? Any class you have. So this is the one method, right? So at least a class should have one method. A class should have one method. A class should have one method at least, or one member. So this is the members. A class inside, this is the one member. So like that you have many members. A class can have multiple members. So let me show you what are the members. So what are different members of a class? A class can have variables, that means the data. To store your data, you will use variable concept. Then we have a methods to write a logic. So what the method has to do, you will define the behavior, you will define inside the method body. Then constructors, you want to construct the values of variables, or you want to initialize the methods, you will use a constructors. So all these are parts of and static blocks also. So you can create a blocks also inside the class. So what are all the members of a class? A class can contain variables, methods, constructors, blocks. These are the members. So do we need all of them? Is it mandatory? Not required. Any one. It's up to you. What you want to declare inside the class. So class starts here, ends here. See, it is highlighting. When I highlight here in the third line, so it is going to highlight here. 3. So see, when the method starts here and highlighting here. So that's the how you can to create. So how you, this is a pair of brackets. So class starts here, ends here. That means class inside only you can write all your members. What are the members? Variables, methods, constructors, and blocks. These are all members inside the class only you have to write. You cannot write outside the class. If you write outside the class, it's not acceptable. So then you will get an error. See, if I write a print statement here outside the class, See, I'm getting error. This is compile time error. It will be thrown to you. The syntax error, yet insert a bracket to complete class body, to complete a block. So that's the, so how you can, so right, that's why I was telling, inside the class only you can mention the members, not outside. So what are the members? Let me give you one more time very clearly. So the members of a class is, right? So the members of a class is again variables, methods, blocks, constructors. These are all members of a class. So these are all members of a class. You can see here. So I have given very clearly here. Sorry. Fields are variables, methods, constructors, blocks. So access modifier, class, class name. That's the class structure. So a class is a blueprint or template for the objects. Before we create an object, any object you want to create, you must have a class. Without class, you cannot create the object. You cannot create the object. So that's the class. Class is just a, a sketch, a prototype. It's just a model. So based on the class, you can create many objects that we'll discuss in coming classes. So just think about a house. House is just you will create a design, right, in the paper. That's a class. So how many floors, how many doors you need, windows. So all this, it will be mentioned in the class, right, in the design. Same will be there in the house class. So that each member, so you need to declare if you need to have a data, you need to use the variables. If you want to write the logic, you need to use the methods. If you want to invoke these methods or data, you need to use constructors. You want to execute something before any of your methods, you can use a static block or blocks you can create. So that's the class structure. A class is a logical entity. Just a logic will be there. So the class syntax is this one. How to create a class? Class name. So curly bracket and curly bracket ends. So inside that you can write all your fields and methods. So fields means variables. Methods so represent the behaviors. So fields represent the state. State means, okay, what is the height? So what is the color? What is the name? That's a state or attributes we call them. Behavior means, okay, what it is going to do. That's a behavior. A behavior you will write inside the methods. Method always performs the behavior. So that's the methods means. So methods always use it to perform some operations. So what action you want to perform. So that's the methods. So say this is just a bicycle and this is the field. This is just a field, gear field. So 5 gears. So braking means, okay, this is the method. Just a function, a method. So which is going to be used to brake, apply the brake on the bicycle to stop, right? So you can start or stop. So whatever you can, those are the methods you can create. What actions your bicycle can do, all you can write here with the methods. Whatever the behavior you want to define a bicycle behavior, you can create a different methods. Okay, so this is a simple class. public class sample. So you have variables, methods, constructors, blocks. So this is the one public class. See the access modifier place, I put a public. So default class. See there is no access modifier. I'm going to come for the modifiers. Don't worry about that. So then class tells, this class keyword is there, right? This class keyword tells it is a Java class. Just representing the class. Class name is given by user. So whatever the name you want to give, you give it. But a noun, always make sure it is a noun. And also the naming conventions are, if a class name contains one word, first letter should be in uppercase, remaining letters are in lowercase. Second one, if class name contains more than one word, every word first letter should be in uppercase, remaining all letters should be in lowercase. Should not provide spaces between the words. Generally, we won't give any spaces. And maybe you can use underscores, but you cannot use spaces. So that's the class name, how you will give. See how we are giving? Class, the class name, Selenium Web Driver. Selenium S capital, Web W capital, driver D capital. Every word first letter in capital. Then I'm declaring variables, methods, constructors, blocks. So rule 3, class name is followed by a curly bracket. And so it tells that it's a class beginning. And it should end with a end curly bracket. So should have at least one member. So file name should be same as a class name. File name should be same as a class name. So that's the how you can create a class. How we can create a class. So that's a class means. So any questions here before jumping on to the next modifiers? Are you all clear about class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ramesh.
So all these basics are important. Please, if anybody having a doubt, please raise your voice. So I'll explain again. Okay. Anyhow, so you're all silent, miss. I'm taking it as a grant and you're all good. Let's move on to the, we have 3 minutes. Okay, let's move on. Or we'll start modifiers in the separate video. Let's get started with the